Hey guys, today I want to share with you how to touch up your roots at home and save money. And if that is of interest to you, then you are in the right place. I'm Kelly, and this is Kelly Media, where we talk about all things beauty, skincare, and lifestyle for those of us over 50. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot, and I sure appreciate it. And stick around until the end of the video, and I'm going to share some of my biggest tips for making your at-home hair coloring experience a good one. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I use this product, Garnier Nutrisse, and I've used this for years. Any brand that you like is probably fine. I don't think they're all that much different from each other, whether it be Clairol or whatever product that you like. All right, let's get into the video. I'm gonna do a home root touch-up using this product, and I'm gonna show you how to get more than one use out of this to touch up your roots. If you're like me and messy, or if you're new to doing this, I really recommend you put on an old shirt. I have this tank top because it's easy to get off and on when I get ready to rinse in the shower. In the box, we have instructions with gloves. This is the color cream. This is the developer. And this one comes with this oil to nourish your hair and then a conditioner to put on after. Now in a bowl, whatever you have, I happen to have this from an old color kit, you're gonna mix half of the developer and half of the color cream. Actually, add about half of this oil as well. And then we're gonna mix that up. Now, years ago, I had bought a color kit online from eSalon, and on your first kit, they send you this cover and a little mixing bowl and a brush. And they also sent the cute little timer. So that's what I'm gonna be using. I didn't continue with eSalon. I didn't end up really feeling like it was better than store-bought, and it was more expensive. I think right now it's about double the price. I have curly hair, so it looks a little crazy, right? But what I did is I made a line across here and clipped that back. And really, I'm just gonna focus on the roots from here forward, paying particular attention around the hairline because that's where some really stubborn grays are, and we want those gone. I definitely recommend the gloves because it will stain your hands and it'll take a few days for it to wear off. Let's go ahead and start. And get it good and saturated. And then go on to the next section. Now, when I've got all the roots done to my satisfaction in that front section, what I like to do is go around this edge in the front because these are really stubborn. Now, these are fresh hairs that have grown out of my scalp, right? So they're nice and strong, and they don't like to let the color in very much because when your hair first grows out and it's fresh and it hasn't been heat damaged or color damaged, the cuticle is very tight and it doesn't want to grab onto that color very well. So I'm gonna just give it a little bit more and kind of coax it and say, hey, you're gonna be happier if you're brown, not gray. And also, because your longer hair has been exposed to the elements, maybe you blow dry, maybe you use a flat iron or a curling iron, it's a little more damaged, the cuticle's a little more open, so it definitely grabs onto that color easier. Now I'm gonna just take a cloth and dampen it and wipe off anything that's on my skin around the edges. All right, we're gonna set this for 20 minutes, and while we're waiting, maybe watch some YouTube videos. Now this leftover amount, we're not gonna save anything here. This is all going to be washed down the drain. All right, we're all done, and I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this off. Now I've got the shower going, but I didn't wanna forget to say, if you want to at this point at the 20-minute mark, take any leftover color and put that through the rest of your hair and leave on for 5 more minutes, you can certainly do that. All right, so I don't have my hair totally styled yet, but I just wanted to show, I have a few little grays left over here that were stubborn, and they do that sometimes, but on the whole, I feel like it looks pretty good. And honestly, even when I go to the salon, there are times that there's a couple of grays that are missed, so I don't feel too bad about that. And this is the final result. I showed some close-ups on that video, but I'll show again. It turned out pretty well. I missed a couple of little spots, which is kind of normal for me, right around my ear. And like I mentioned, when I get it done in the salon, the same thing happens. So those must be really stubborn hairs when they grow out and they're fresh. They don't want to grab onto that color. So yeah, so I just followed exactly what I said there, and I started about here and just worked my way forward. And that's going to get me by for 4 or 5 weeks and saves me the time and expense of going to the salon. So I promised that I would share some of my biggest tips for home hair coloring, and here they are. First, and I mentioned this in the video clip, but be sure that you're wearing old clothing. Don't wear anything that you care about getting hair color on, because even with your best efforts, it happens. Secondly, if you do have a drape or can use a towel that is old or a sheet or something like that, I really encourage you to do that as well. I also put away all of the rugs in my bathroom. Mine are white, so the last thing I want to do is get brunette hair color on there, but whatever color they are, I would put them out of the way until you're done. And finally, depending on the kind of countertop that you have, you may want to cover that as well, because you're putting down a comb, you're picking it up and putting it through your hair, and you will get hair dye around you. So just be aware of that. My countertops, it washes off right away, so I'm lucky that way, but I don't know what other countertops might do, if they would soak in that color or not, and I'd hate for you to stain your countertop. So I hope that was helpful to you today. I sure enjoyed making the video and sharing this information with you about how you can save money on coloring your hair. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to join my small but growing community, go ahead and subscribe, and you'll be notified when my next video comes out. So until then, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.